Hey guys, welcome to M9 Prime Gaming, and I'm here to talk about Resident Evil 4 VR. So this is not talking about the full game, it's just the VR experience of Resident Evil 4, which was an add-on added this year to Resident Evil 4 Remake on the PS5 for the PSVR2. I will have a review of, or my thoughts on, Resident Evil 4 Remake later on, but this is just my VR experience. One little caveat, I only played the first chapter in VR. I am not a fan of spooky games, so for me this was like, I want to see it because it looks great, and I played it before I actually played the remake on the regular TV, so I had no idea what was coming, what the order of things were. The last time I played Resident Evil 4 was on the GameCube, which was a long time ago. I don't even remember the year, but I was definitely not an adult yet, so yeah. So first of all, Resident Evil 4 Remake VR looks fantastic. Like, the environments look great. I'm surprised they got it to look as good as it does on the VR goggles. In this video, which is actually from the live stream I did of the PSVR2 playthrough of Chapter 1, it looks very dark. However, it is not dark in the goggles. I actually have them set a little bit... I have the brightness set a little bit lower than the standard version, and it looked just fine. It looks gloomy, but that's the atmosphere. What I really like about this is it does give you a lot of extra things you can do. Like in the regular game, you have one gun at a time. However, in the VR version, I can hold the shotgun in my right hand and a pistol in my left hand. And as long as I don't have to reload them, I can shoot both at the same time. I can have my gun and my knife out at the same time also, which was very useful for dodging and parrying those axe throws. I was playing unassisted, so on the assisted mode, I know it gives you more health, but I'm not sure what it does to the enemies. However, when I did that famous village section where you meet the chainsaw guy, it was very short on the assisted run. I don't know if that's because I was in VR and they shortened it, or if it was because I was unassisted, but I never actually saw the chainsaw guy in VR because the segment ended before he got to me. So I was thankful for that, because in VR that was a very hectic section. I didn't have as much trouble on normal playing on the TV, and I'll tell you why I found it was hectic and hard on the VR headset. And it all has to do with reloading your guns. Ammo is very scarce in Resident Evil. That's the game. Basically, it's ammo management, and the game does a great job at giving you ammo when you need it. So when I was playing it in 2D, I never had an issue getting ammo. But in VR, it wasn't that I had issue getting ammo, I had issue reloading the guns. I even had easy reload turned on in the accessibility mode. And that helped a lot because it basically took away a couple of steps to reload a gun. But the part that is very hard is you have pouches on your body, and you actually see your limbs and everything in PSVR2 on Resident Evil 4. And you have to reach into the pouch and then put the ammo into the gun. On like a pistol, it's not too bad. The hard part is actually reaching into the pouch, because let's face it, like, it's not a physical pouch, so you kind of have to guess where it is. And in the options, you can adjust where it sits, like how far away from your body it sits. However, it's not perfect, and I had a lot of time. Like, I fumbled a lot when it was time to reload. And that wasn't fun for me, and there's zombies coming. It was just hectic. I think that's what they were going for. But when you play games like Synapse, where the reload is basically you push a button, I think it was circle, it ejects the magazine and it just floats there, and then you just push it back in with the other hand. It's just so seamless. Here, the fact you have to reach in, you have to put it in, and then for like the shotgun, you also have to pump it. So you're also guessing where the front of the shotgun is, you're grabbing it and you're pumping it. It's a little bit finicky. I'm sure you can get used to it, but it was not something I would want to do. I didn't get any scoped weapons, so I don't know how scopes work in VR. I did get to the binoculars, and those were very finicky. Like, when you zoom in with the binoculars, very small movements of the head move the binoculars a lot. It felt weird, but it was still good. But again, the game looks fantastic as you're playing it, and you can see so much more. Like the bear traps on the ground were so easy to spot in VR because they're right in front of you. You're like, oh, look, a bear trap. When you're playing on the TV, you're not looking down. You're not getting that peripheral vision. It's not as easy to find all that stuff. So it makes things a lot nicer in that situation. Also in VR, I tried this because I was like, oh, you can throw your weapons. Like anything you can let go as you toss it, and it will fly away from you. And then it just respawns back on your body. So I guess you don't have to, like, if you throw your gun by mistake, you don't have to go chase it down. After like 2-3 seconds, it comes back and you just picked it up off your hip. But you can also throw your knife, and the knife actually hits them. I don't know if it actually does any damage to the knife, because the knives in this game have a health bar, so you know they break after a while. But I did throw a knife at a villager, and she did get hit and stabbed with a knife, like in real life if somebody threw a knife at you, which is kind of cool. I had a hard time using grenades. I couldn't figure out how to throw them properly or get them. Like, grenades were a mess. And I think once I even threw it a little bit too close to me and I had to back off. It was fun, but it was just like, you got to figure out the mechanics. They do give you the shooting range when you start the game in VR just to get used to it. But I don't think they give you any grenades in the shooting range. I don't remember. They give you the shotgun and the pistol and your knives. Oh, actually, they don't even give you the knife in the shooting range. So you're basically just figuring out how to shoot and how to change two weapons. And the other disadvantage of going in VR is you only have so many weapon slots. You have both shoulders and your hip. So you can only do really 3 weapons. Whereas in the 2D game or on the TV, you have each D-pad direction has 2 slots. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 left, 2 right. So that gives you a total of 8 slots for weapons and grenades, which I find very useful. I found that was the easiest way to switch weapons. In VR, again, it was just like aiming. I was having trouble grabbing. I thought I had it in the right spot, but it was not the right spot. It's just the reloading and the actual choosing weapons needs to be refined for Resident Evil. A game like Synapse, I think, did it very well. Sometimes it's okay to just use a button press because it makes things a lot easier. But however, the triangle is to open up your attaché case, so that wouldn't help you at all. And you know, the other buttons, I don't even know what they did, because you don't really need square to reload anymore because you're reloading it all manually. But I think square ejected the magazine in easy reload, and then circle is for like dodging and stuff. And I didn't get to try that out because, like, in the game you can double tap circle and then you can kind of roll out of the way in certain scenarios. I didn't get put into those scenarios where you have to push the dodge button, so I don't know how that would be. But I will say this game in VR looks fantastic. The environments look great. It is gloomy. It's gonna be very depressing, but it's gonna look fantastic. And I would play all the way through, but I would still keep it unassisted. I don't have the headset anymore, so I can't go back. And I know there would be a couple sections that would be very hard to do. And then I would love to see that first boss fight when he transforms in VR, just to see what it's like. Maybe next time I get the headset again, I will try going further. If you like spooky games, give it a shot. If you have PSVR2 and you have this game, definitely at least play the first chapter to see what it's like, because it is done so well apart from picking your guns and reloading. But you might get used to it. It might be just a me problem. It might not be a you problem. I'm not a big fan of spooky games, so it took me a while to get brave enough to play this in VR. I don't mind playing it on the TV, but once you're in VR, you can't turn on the light. You're so immersed in the world in the VR that you feel like you're there. And like, you kind of remind yourself, oh, this is just a game. And there's some parts where like you hold a button to like open a door, and Leon will, like, you'll go into third person and you'll see everything. All the cutscenes are in big screen mode, which is basically you see a flat screen in front of you and the cutscene plays out. So that takes you out a little bit. The other thing I found a little bit annoying is sometimes you would just push X to open the door or pull a lever. Or sometimes in some situations you actually have to physically pull the lever, which was kind of weird because it was like, it wasn't consistent. It was just, the consistency wasn't there. Some parts I understand why they did it, because you might not be able to reach. But yeah, definitely a great game in VR. If I had to give it a rating, it'd be an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't give it any higher than that because it has a few shortcomings, but it is still fantastic. I can't believe they put the full game in VR. Just the fact that the environments are rendered 100% correctly and you're in that world is amazing. Anyways, thank you for watching. And thank you for subscribing to M9 Prime Gaming. I'll see you next time. Happy gaming. I can't do this. Oh, lady. Oh, fuck me. Bear traps are bullshit. I think I could throw those back. Save that for a bit. 3 bullets, 9. Oh, you boat. There's a box. Give me ammo. Please just give me ammo.
This the place.
Not like here's something else. What? See, I never played this in 2D, so I have no idea what's going on.
That hurts, no. It's like you're how observant, señor. Say you're a smoker. Those things will kill you. Oh, maybe just a tiny bit.
Okay, I just want a save point.